Hey everyone, good morning. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. Today's non-farms payroll. The markets have been going just insane, and that's a good thing for traders that know what they're doing. Lots of profits to be made here. Or if you don't know what you're doing, it's a lot of problems. A lot of people getting crushed right now. Fear is spreading. So, what we want to do is be different than most people. We want to be calm and secure and knowing what we're doing and not allowing the markets to impact how we feel because we have a plan. And no matter what the markets do, we're good because we're not going to follow in on some wild craze and get carried up in the fear or any of that fun stuff that everybody else is doing. We're just going to be calm and steady. How does that sound? You guys like the sound of that? Just let the market give to you what it'll give you and respond to the market. Don't respond to the fear and greed. Those are the things that move the markets, fear and greed, both those two things. And we're not going to respond to either of those. We're just going to allow the market to give us profit. Okay, so happy Friday. I am so glad to be here this morning with everyone. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. So let's start out by doing a review. Review. Let's remember yesterday's trade. How many of you guys remember yesterday's trade? If you remember yesterday's trade, hit that like button. Please give me some feedback. I need some feedback because I want to know if you guys are enjoying this because I've gotten some feedback, some negative. One person said I was very confusing and I wasn't helping anyone and I was a bad trader. And so that is good feedback, except it wasn't absolutely super helpful for tips. I mean, yes, there were some tips. And so I will look at and say, okay, what can I do better? And the feedback was on yesterday's trade that I ended up taking a loser on. They were saying that I was risking too much and I had too many losers. So that is well taken, and I will actually talk about that because, again, I do have a 28% win rate, so that's obviously not great, and I don't want to carry anyone into failure. The good news about that is I still am up $4,000, $4,722. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. So there's more than one way to get to a certain area that we want to get to. If we want to get to making money and I can do 28%, well, then that's great. Then go for it. I'll do that all day long. 28% all day long. I think it kind of makes my life a little easier. However, it does kind of give you little emotions in dealing with some losing streaks, right? Because they can happen and they will happen, and we have to be prepared for it. So we can work on some things later to maybe increase our win rate. What I will tell you is if you increase your win rate, you're not going to get the big winners as much. So your profitability will probably be the same. I still think that this is pretty good, 4,010 trades, or actually in 8 trades. So at this rate, my expectancy is after 8 trades, I'm up $4,000. We'll just make it 5,000 for easy. My expectancy is 8 divided by that number. So let's just run ahead and do that on a calculator here. Let me throw the calculator on the chart so you guys can see it. 4722.51 divided by 8 equals $590. So I'm expecting to make $590 per trade as of right now. That's what your expectancy is. And so I'm pretty happy with that. $590 a trade, 1 trade a day, that's, $590 a day. So that's 8 trades. So let's now take 590 times 20. Okay, that's $11,000. So I could have $11,000 by the end of this series. Now, one thing about expectancy, let's actually add that, is it's going to change So it's not going to actually predict anything. It'll give me a good idea, though. If I can continue to do what I've already done, I will make $11,800. So how do you guys feel about that? Is that something you would be excited about? Not percent. Turn that percent off. Why? There we go. Actually, we'll turn that to dollars. There we go. Okay, so $590 a trade. That's pretty good. And so at the end of 20 trades, if I can keep this going, I'll have $11,000 in profit. So that's not bad, considering this is going to take me about, I'd say a month. We'll look back and see what this one started at. So I appreciate the feedback, good or bad, I really do. Thank you guys so much for the feedback. And if you think that this is a bad way to trade, that's okay. Because honestly, I'm not trying to confuse anyone. I'm not trying to tell you exactly how to trade, but I am telling you a couple things. Number one is trade how you want, okay? If you don't like these 5-to-1s, if you want to go to a 1-to-1 or even half of 500 target, 1,000 stop, and win 80%, then go for it. Do that. Do what you want. But I will tell you that you need to track your results. You need to track your average win. You need to track your average loss. You need to track your risk to reward ratio. You need to track your win percentage and your expectancy. You have to have a spreadsheet. You have to analyze your trades. You have to know what's going on, because otherwise you're trading blind and it's just not going to make money. So you don't have to trade the way that I do or my strategy, but you do have to do this if you want to make money. Does anyone understand that? Because here's what I get all day long. Oh, I have this new indicator, or I bought this guy's strategy and I'm not making money. Well, the thing is, it's impossible to make money because you don't know what you're doing. You're trading blind. You could have the best indicator in the entire world, and if you're trading blind, you're not going to make money. And that's just the reality of the situation. And you have to do this to make money. It's the only way, at least the only way that I've found. I've never talked to anyone in trading, and I've talked to a lot of traders that have done and made money without doing this. Okay, so, I also get people, so on the header I said valuable tips. This is valuable, guys. This is money-making stuff. I also get people that say, hey, I'm going to earn money while I learn, right? I'm going to make a lot of money while I learn, because marketers will say, earn while you learn. And what I've experienced in the course of my long time of trading, to be official probably somewhere around 25 years, what I've learned, maybe more, I should actually calculate it, is that you lose while you learn, and you lose big. So the key is to learn and eliminate the losses while you're learning. So I recommend, and some people say don't because because it's not real, but I recommend you trade on demo. And when you can make money for 6 months straight, go ahead and take a live account after you've done it for 6 months, because then you're going to eliminate the pain on the front end. And as long as you do exactly what you do on demo and you do it live, you're going to have the similar results. Now, could you fall apart mentally because now you're dealing with real money? Yes. But still, you're not going to regret what you learned in that demo time of doing it for 6 months. That's discipline and tracking your results for 6 months. If you do that, you can be successful for 6 months in a row. You're setting yourself up for success, and you're setting yourself up to not have those emotional roller coasters that comes with blowing your account as a new trader. Okay, so this is what I'm telling you, and people don't want to hear it. They want the magic bullet. They want the special indicator. They want all of those things that happen. And yes, boo-boo, it's live. Hello, boo-boo. It's live, my friend. They want the magic bullet. Okay, so don't be like everybody else right now. Don't be like that guy. Don't be like that guy and say, I have your indicator, so why did I lose 2 trades? Well, dude, you can lose 10 trades in a row with my indicator, right? But that doesn't matter because I'm still going to make money in the long term because I'm following this strategy that is going to help me during a drawdown period because I'm using an indicator. Like I'm using this MACD indicator that's awesome that we give away for free. It's in the link below in the description, as well as the spreadsheet link is here. And we have some other great tools, but you know what? That's not going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you. It's going to help you find good trades, but it's not the secret. The secret is this spreadsheet. So there's a link to this as well. You can copy it, make your own. I'm not a really great spreadsheet guy, so you can do probably better than me. All right, now this is a 20 trade challenge. So yesterday I did this pound yen, and if we take a look at it, my entry was on a breakout of this. There were 2 things I was looking for: a break below this moving average and also this breakout as this was about ready to cross. So it didn't quite cross, but it was getting ready to, so I went ahead and did it, and I got a really decent stop in it. I got a 40 pip stop, which is pretty sweet, right? And my target is 230. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some analysis on this. It's looking good. It broke this low. We don't know what's going to happen. I've said that before. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, boo-boo. Boo-boo. That's why it would be really good for you to practice on demo until you figure this out. You know what? Boo-boo. Get the spreadsheet. Track your trades. Find out what you're going. You're losing big and winning small. That's what happens to most people. But I'm doing the opposite. I'm losing a lot. I'm losing 72%. No, 620. I'm winning 28%. So that means I'm losing 72. Yeah, it means I'm losing 72% of the time. Right? So I'm losing a lot, but I'm making a lot because I'm holding off for big winners. Okay? And you don't have to hold out for as long as I do, but at least try to get them a little bit bigger. Try to go to 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. You know, track your spreadsheet and you'll find out what's going on. It's the secret, because you'll get those numbers, and those numbers will tell you what's happening, because the numbers, this is all about mathematics. Once you enter a trade, once you push the button to enter the trade, you have a 50-50 shot, because no one can predict the market. Yes, there's patterns. Yes, there's indicators. Yes, there's MACDs and chart patterns and moving averages and support and resistance. All of those things exist, but you know what? At the end of the day, once you're in a live market environment, the market is going to do what it wants to do, and there's no stopping it. You have a 50-50 shot, okay? And so let's trade it like the reality is, and that's a 50-50 shot. Track your results. And from what I've found is, yeah, you can find better patterns and get higher win rates, but what I've found, if you let the current momentum carry you to bigger wins, you're going to do okay. But you got to track it. So if we notice, once price moves, guys, it moves. Like, see this? Boom. This is a nice 800 pip move, okay? And we just look at this. Here's another one, okay? Another 800 pip move. Right? What about this one? Boom. Like, we know that the market does this. Look at this one. Okay? What is the market always doing? It's always moving. Okay? But see, we don't know which way it's going to go. And once it goes, we don't know how far it's going to go. But what we can do is, once it's going, we can stick around and follow it and try to hold off for as long as we possibly can. And that's it. So, Booba. boo-boo. This is a tutorial. If you look at, I'll give you a little tutorial right now, but this is a 20 trade challenge where I'm trading this Savvy MACD. You can get it in the link below, but it's a 20 trade challenge, okay? And I've been trading the MACD every time. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of training now, but you can go back and watch all of this is video number 9. You can watch all the videos and see the trades I'm taking and learn about the MACD as well and learn a lot of things. I've been dropping tips all day long on this series. Okay. So, yeah, so go ahead and check it out. But let me give you a couple tips. Number one, this is really simple. All I look for is 2 things. Well, I have a lot of different things, but for beginners, we'll go with 2 things. I'm looking for a cross. You see how this crossed right here? Let me draw the line. There's a cross on the MACD and a cross on a 50-period moving average. So we get the cross and then the cross. So right here would have been my entry, right? And then that's a 386 pip move, okay? And so sometimes I also will drop down to a lower time frame to tighten my stop up. So if I see it's about to cross on a daily, so like right here, it would be crossing on a daily, I drop down to a 1 hour and see if I could tighten it a little bit. But that's pretty much all I do. It's pretty simple. But the secret sauce, the magic bullet is this spreadsheet, right? I know what my expectancy is. I know how much I can win. I can win 25% and still make money. I know what my average win is going to be. I know what my average loss is going to be. I know my risk to reward ratio. I know all of that stuff. This is the secret weapon. It's this boring old spreadsheet. That's the secret weapon, okay? I can take this secret weapon and make any strategy make money with this secret weapon, okay? That's the secret. The trading strategy is important. Don't get me wrong. It's a piece of the puzzle. But most people believe falsely that the strategy is the entire thing. And so the strategy is a piece of a puzzle. The other piece is your mental mindset. And that's a whole nother thing. You got to believe that you can win. You got to have the discipline. You got to understand that the market can do anything. You got to understand that there's no such thing as a magic bullet. Things like that. And yes, Mohammed, you can do this for anything, but you got to track your stats. You can track your stats on the 1 hour. You can track your stats on the daily, the weekly, the 5-minute, the 1 minute, the 10-second, whatever chart you want to trade, you can do. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, a cross above for a buy, a cross below for a sell, with the cross above and below with the moving average as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. And it works for scalping. It works for long term. I personally don't want to scalp because I don't want to sit in front of my charts all day. That's just me. It's fun. I love charts. I love looking at the market, but I want to just do 1 trade a day, which is what we've been doing on the 20 trade challenge. 1 trade a day, and I've been making, $590 a trade. So my expectancy at the end of 20 trades is going to be 11,000. We'll see. I'm going to come back to this video and see if my expectancy can stay the same. All right. So that's it. That's the whole thing. Just don't blow your account right away as a beginner. Trade on demo for 6 months. Just listen to me, okay? Listen to me. I want to help you. And so if you don't listen to me and you think, oh, well, this guy, he needed to be on demo for 6 months, but I don't because I'm better than him. Well, if you think like that, I hope you are better than me, but more than likely you're not. I mean, I'm not like this great guy. I'm not amazingly smart or anything else, but I have to learn the hard way. What you call hard-headed. And some of you guys are probably like that too, but I want you to learn from my hard-headedness. Okay, so let's go back to this trade. So I entered in yesterday. If you go back to yesterday's video, I'm currently up right now 115 points. So 115 points with a 40 pip stop right now. So I'm already, what's 40 times 3 is 120. So I was already at a 3-to-1, which is pretty awesome. I'm trying to get a 5-to-1, so I actually was only 75 pips away from my target. So I'm getting closer here. And on the daily time frame, it's looking pretty good. But what I want to do is start to eliminate my risk right now. So I'm actually going to tighten this bad boy up and lock in some profit. Let's see what I can lock in. If I put it right here, that locks in $1,273. It gives me a little room. And so now I am either going to make $5,645 or I'm going to make $1,275. Obviously, I want to make the $5,000. That would make my day. It would make my week. It would be too awesome. But right now, I've got this $1,275 locked in. Still pretty awesome. I'm giving myself some room here. A decent 67 or 69 pips. So I can probably go for it. I could probably make this happen. Hey, John. Hey, Ona. Love to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys have any feedback on the series or have learned anything at all, please hit the like button or leave a comment. I want to know what you guys are learning so I can start to keep track on how I can do this better for the next series. You know, one of the things that I do with these spreadsheets is I'm tracking all of my results, but I also want to track my education. Like, okay, what's helping you guys? What's working better? You know, all of that kind of stuff. And I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the series with a strategy session, and that might help to get better understanding, just like a full day, a full hour of just straight up training. And then after I do that, then we'll go into the live environment for the live markets. Because what I discovered is that a lot of you guys, nothing personal, but a lot of you guys were not ready for a live challenge yet. You need a little bit more foundational work. But I'm going to start tracking your comments, your feedback in these results and in spreadsheets so I can figure out how to get better in my education side, not just in the trading side. So I want to be better to helping you guys get better, because that's my ultimate goal, is to help you guys get better. So if you like this, just hit that like button. Let me know what you're learning. And G Forever, thanks. Glad you discovered it. Share it with your friends. Tell them about it. Share it on social. Want to get this into as many hands as possible. And I am really excited about the results of this series. So you still came in plenty of time. Go back, watch the whole series, and we still have 9 trades to go. And again, it's all for educational purposes. I don't really want anyone to follow me, okay? Because I have 25 years of trading experience, and so I will be doing things that you might not understand. So I don't want you to think, oh, this is my magic bullet, I'm going to follow Casey. We had a whole talk about magic bullets. I don't want you to think that this is it, because what's going to happen is you're not going to know some of the things that I know, and you're going to get smacked. And I don't want anyone to get smacked here. What I want is for you guys to learn. So what I recommend is you start building out your own spreadsheet. You start creating a strategy that you're going to follow. You do your own 20-day challenge. You practice it on demo for 6 months. All of these things. That's what I want you to do. This is for educational purpose. This isn't a trade call thing. Oh, yeah, come here and get free trades and make money. This is not what this is, because that's not going to work for you. You're going to get smacked. Well, then good. So then, G, it probably won't be too bad for you. Hopefully you're successful now. If not, that's okay. There's no shame. Some people have been trying to master trading for 10 years, and then they finally get it on year 10. So, but guess what? I really salute those guys, because they had to go through a lot of pain to make the transition to success. And I'll tell you, they had to go through pain and embarrassment of talking to their family, talk to their friends, and all of that stuff. It's not fun, right? A lot of shame, pain, all of that. Good, G. Thanks a lot, man. And if you have any comments or feedback, let me know. Okay. So anyhow, I've got this locked in, pound yen. Hopefully we get some continued momentum. If not, I'm going to be happy either way. Obviously, I'm going to be more happy if it goes down here, but I just wanted to get something out of this trade. So this will at least cover my last loser, right? So that's a good thing. Cover my last loser and help me get back, increase my stats up a little bit. So we're good. All right, now, I'm personally not going to take a trade. Usually I could only do this if I take a trade, but I wanted to update this and give you guys an update. But I'm not going to take a trade because of the non-farm payroll, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So let's do that now. Let me pull up my deal. So I've got this Forex Factory thing up, and I honestly don't know how to trade this because the market is so crazy right now. Like, let's take a look at just a euro dollar chart. Okay, the euro has been insane. It's been absolutely insane. And for those of you guys I actually have a trade on right now, by the way, that's got a lot locked in. But this is not part of the challenge, so you can't count it. It's 88 pips locked in. It's currently up 260. So for those of you guys that have watched me, I actually got my first trade on this move, and this is not bragging, but I just got lucky. My first trade was on this break right here. And see, the point was I took my profits like right here, 270 pips. It was an awesome trade, $6,000. But look at what I could have had I waited. I could have had another $6,000. It could have been a $12,000 trade. So again, we never know what's going to happen. This is very rare. Look at this entire chart, right? This entire chart. This has only happened one time with this kind of a move in the last 3 years. So this is the legendary move that great traders will wait for. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know that this is going to happen. When I took this trade at the start of the trading challenge, go back to trade number 1, please. It's kind of funny. But I had no idea what was going to happen when I took that trade. Okay? So what I'm saying, I'm just saying we don't know what the market's going to do. Because if you get positive news right now, it should start, let's say the jobs report is good. Right? Well, that technically should move the dollar back into strength, so this should go down. That's what would make sense. But because of the fear in the markets, because of the coronavirus fear, because of all of this other stuff, a good report might not do anything. A good report might cause this to go straight up. Okay? That's what could happen. Right? And on the reverse side, because the market has gone up so much, a bad report might not cause it to continue. Traders will be like, oh, this is a bad report. Normally they'd short, but they're like, well, it's so far overextended, I can't short this. Or I can't buy this if it's a bad report. So honestly, I don't know how to trade this, okay? And so I'm actually going to stay away from it. What you can do is just trade the strategy, okay? Like we're looking at this on a 15-minute time frame. Wait for the MACD to cross over. Wait for this moving average to cross. Take your trade and follow your risk like you normally do. Use your spreadsheet. Go for your 5-to-1, and if it takes, it takes, right? So you might get, so at the non-farms, I'm not going to trade this because I'm just not, but I could. And I wouldn't be upset because I'm following my strategy. Let's say we get a really good report and this thing starts cranking. Well, when the MACD crosses and it crosses below the moving average, that follows my strategy. So guess what? I'll take the trade. So I'm just going to follow my strategy the way I always would. I can't predict what the news is going to do to the markets. It's just crazy right now. But that actually can work in our favor because if it fuels a massive selling rally, and the thing just tanks, and I end up just following my strategy the way I always would, well, that's great. Then I make another 5-to-1, and I'm a happy dude. I update my spreadsheet. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I just wanted to tell you guys, don't get caught up in the mania. Don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to update my trades as it happens, I'll update the spreadsheet, and I'm not going to trade today. Normally, I wouldn't even pop in, but I wanted to give you this non-farms update, and I wanted to also tell you what happened with my trade. Hopefully, we'll get this good momentum, but just stay tuned and stick around. It's going to be fun. So this is actually still trade 8. I'm going to try to get into trade 9 on Monday. I'm going to do one more piece of analysis here to help you guys with the strategy. This CAD yen I was looking at earlier, and it's really, again, kind of like the euro. It's dropped massively, but let's just do a little bit of analysis here. We're currently near a support level. Okay, so it could pop down into this and then start to get a little bit of trouble. Again, you know, we don't want to get caught up. Markets can go way down, and this could break, and we could start a massive downtrend. You know, it could start, like I'm zooming out. You can see that the downtrend is pretty big here. And I got some lines way up there. What are those from? Could be just mistakes. Anyhow, you can see we're in a big old downtrend here. And so this is a big old triangle. And so what happens to big old triangles? Usually they break. And when it breaks, you could get some further downside momentum. So I'm not saying that we want to take a counter trend trade, but I would say that we could possibly go back up to the top here. That'd be another 368 pips, right? So if we get right down to it, let's just run a scenario here. What happens if it pops down into here, and then the MACD turns up, and it crosses this 50-period moving average? And if someone asked about the moving average, let me see what kind it is. It's actually exponential. I might change that to simple. Let's see what that looks like. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, but it says, but this is now simple. But we get a pop above this, right? And at MACD turns, why not? Because look, there's a lot of room at the top of this triangle, and we could got a very short stop. Now, it could break down to the downside and keep going. You never know what could happen. Anything can happen. Let's just trade what's currently what we see, and then let the market dictate to us. I would love to be able to get in here on like a 27 pip stop and a massive 500 pip target. Like, that's the kind of trades I'm trying to get. Like, I know that sounds a little crazy, but 20 pip stop, 500 pip target, can it be done? It's not easy, but if you're looking for it, it can, right? And so, and you know, when the time comes, I might take a bigger stop. You know, I might go for a 4-to-1, 3-to-1, whatever, but I'm always trying to play the odds to get a bigger win. Okay, so there we have it for today. Everyone stay safe. Use your spreadsheet, trade smart. Please like this video so I can get some more action. I want to help out as many people as possible. This has been a lot of fun working with everyone. I am so thankful for my audience. I'm thankful for the people that are listening. You guys are amazing. Keep leaving those comments, questions, whatever it is. I'm here to help. And have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Those are the important things in life. Have a great weekend, and God bless everyone.